goal setting, advertising, and also, very important, social media engagement. So today is everything you need to engage your employees and your guests to further the mission of Ronald McDonald House Charities, which encompasses now 6 houses, the camp, 3 family rooms, and exciting, soon we'll have our new West Side house next to UCLA. Sharon?
So just to remind you, this webcast is being recorded. So by the end of this week, you will have access to it. So any of your team members who were not able to join us this morning, you will be able to see it and share it with them and get them on board with our mission to sell hearts for the house. Next to me is Fatima. She's the new CEO of the charity.
And now it is my honor and pleasure to introduce our new CEO, Fatima Rodriguez.
Sorry, I'll jump in. I'm getting introduced twice, which is such an honor. But good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm Fatima Rodriguez, and what Patty was about to say actually is that I've been with the organization for 9 years. So I am new to my role, but I was previously the executive director of Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times, which is a year-round oncology camp in Idlewild. So I've been part of the McFamily for many, many years, and just thrilled to be in my new CEO role. And I've been in the role for a little over 2 months and have hit the ground running. And I just want to personally say thank you to our owner operators, our McFamily, who are our mission partners. I mean, it's incredible what you all have done for this organization. And honestly, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you. You founded the organization with us, but also you continue to help us grow. We started out with 1 house in Southern California, and now, as Patty mentioned, we have 6 houses and a 7th house in development on the west side. We have our amazing camp, and we also have 3 family rooms. And for those who might be new to the charity and what our impact and our mission actually is, we provide comfort care and support for families with critically ill children. Or if they're injured and they're staying at a hospital, our families are able to stay at a Ronald McDonald House for as little as $25 a night, and oftentimes they're staying for free. Our camp is also provided free of charge. So every dollar that we're raising through Hearts for the House, every dollar we're raising through the Walk for Kids is making our organization, our impact, our mission possible. And one of the things that we have learned with family-centered care is that our organization is critical to the positive health outcomes of our children. We have studies that show that because our families have a place to lay their heads, they have a place to eat, they have a place to connect with other families going through similar situations, they have an opportunity for some respite. This has direct impact on the outcomes for our children and their ability to heal and their ability to thrive. So we want to remind our crew members that this is what they're contributing to when they're asking, can you donate $1, $3, $5 for Ronald McDonald House Charities? They're helping to keep families close when our children and families need it most. So thank you all so much. We're so grateful for your partnership and for you all agreeing to participate in this campaign this year. Oh, and so now we would like to show a quick video that shows the direct impact of our organization. Okay, go.
When a child is sick, there's one thing they need: a really big cookie.
Welcome to RMHC.
And parents of sick children have tons of decisions to make. Like movie night, game night, or should we finish that book tonight? We don't perform surgeries, just talent shows. We're not big on poking sticks and beeping machines, but we're the best at playing dress up. Well, we have a few beeping machines. We think the Tooth Fairy should travel everywhere, and while hospitals have doctors and nurses, we have mom and dad. We don't provide treatment, but we do provide dogs. We have quite a robust assortment. And we throw some really good parties. Because at Ronald McDonald House Charities, we help families feel at home, even when they can't be.
Wonderful video. Thank you so much for sharing that. What I'd like to do now is take a quick look at our chapter-wide sales in 2021. What's amazing about this slide is, if you can see in the Bakersfield chapter, part of our co-op, is sold an amazing $65,762 in just 38 restaurants. So that, to me, when I look at that number, I'm so motivated by it. Inland Empire sold 45,977, again, tremendous. And in Orange County, almost $200,000. And we're going to be hearing just shortly representatives from these three areas, Bakersfield, Inland Empire, and Orange County, to what they attribute that tremendous success. But what this slide is also showing is the opportunities that we do have in some of the other areas. And that's part of our objective in having the meeting today, is to talk about, again, incentives, how the importance of communication, tracking, how we can get the same tremendous success in all parts of our chapter in order to further the mission.
What I'm going to highlight today is our top 5 restaurants from last year. And we have the privilege of having Brad Horner with us today. He will be speaking on such an amazing job last year. They represent 3 of the top 5 restaurants for the sales last year. He has some great best bets for us. So his top store is in the city or the county of Los Angeles. Almost $10,000 worth of hearts were sold in that restaurant. The next store is their organization as well in Los Angeles, 8,600. Catherine Lardis sold over 8,200. Another Horner organization store is number 4 at over 7,600. And then Neil Ruby rounds out the top 5 with over 7,500. So these are our top 5 sales stores from last year. We're so pleased that Brad is able to be here with us, and he'll be on here speaking in a few minutes. But just want to let you know that our goal for all the restaurants in the chapter is to shoot for $1,000 a store. What I just shared with you, we had stores doing $5, $6, $7, $8, almost $10,000. So $1,000 a store we feel is really doable. If you break it down over the course of the campaign, 27 or so days long is the campaign, you sell 35, 37 hearts a day, you will reach that $1,000 mark easily. So break it down that way. Break it down that way with your teams. How many do you sell per day part, per person even? Make it a competition within the restaurant. And one of my best bets for how to sell these hearts, ask the customer. They almost always say yes. So sure, that's one of the best bets is that. So we're going to start out by watching a video of McDonald's operator from the Inland Empire, Randy Barrymore. They have 12 restaurants. Last year, between their 12 restaurants, they sold over $42,000 worth of hearts. So here's Randy to share his best bets on how they achieved that incredible number.
Hi, I'm Randy Barrymore, and Ramin and I own 12 restaurants in the Inland Empire, and they asked me to tell everybody some of the things we do in our organization to help the Ronald McDonald House sell hearts. The first thing we did a couple of years ago before COVID was to have all of our store managers tour the Ronald McDonald House. A lot of them didn't know what it was, and by taking them there and they got to see it firsthand, they learned what it was and they put more effort into selling the hearts. The next thing we do is we set daily and weekly targets, but we also set shift targets, because if we set 50 for the day and 4 o'clock is here and they haven't done any, the night shift is not going to do 50 and they're going to give up. So we set targets broken up by shift. We follow up throughout the day by texting the managers, you've sold this many, you've sold this many, because if you don't do it throughout the day, it kind of falls apart and we wait till tomorrow and you can't fix yesterday. When customers come in and we ask them to donate, would you like to donate to the Ronald McDonald House? We don't say the amount, because once they say yes, then we can say how much, which is maybe $1, $3, or $5. But if we just say, would you like to donate $1, we're stuck in at $1. Another thing we do is for the people that don't want to do $1, we ask them to just leave their change in a cup that we keep on the counter. And when that cup gets full, we count up the coins and we put it in there and bring them up that way as well by combining a bunch of coins. One of the rewards that we do for our crew people too when they win the contest is we let them write their own schedule for a week. And they really like that, and it doesn't cost us anything. And they get to write their own schedule, so they're really happy with that too. And we have all our general managers compete against each other, so it doesn't stay just within one store. It goes out to the whole company, and when all the store managers compete, then all the stores win. And the winning company usually gets recognized by our prize patrol, and that's for the top store of the company. We go and we give pizza to the crew, we give little gifts to them, we give gift certificates. So those are just some of the ideas that we use to help sell the hearts for the Ronald McDonald House.
Well, thank you, Randy. You and Ramin certainly are inspiration to all of us. Now it's going to be my pleasure to introduce Anna Johns. The small but mighty Bakersfield Co-op is a part of Ronald McDonald House Children's Charities of Southern California, part of our chapter. In 2019, the 38 restaurants sold an amazing 85,000 parts of the house. In 2021, they sold still an incredible 65,000 hearts. Just spectacular results. So let's take a moment and listen to Anna's words.
Hi, I'm Anna Johns. My husband is videoing also, Ron Johns. We're here in Bakersfield, California, talking to you about how we raise our funds for the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House. Take ownership of what you are raising funds for. In our case, it is our house in Bakersfield. 100% of the funds are going to that house. Our staff knows it and our customers know it. Set a goal. Know how much you're going to raise. Each and every year, we try and do better. Incentivize the customers. We have 3 keys, $1, $3, and $5. On the $3 and $5 one, we use food incentives to give to the customers should they choose to go that higher dollar amount. It is a great tactic. Incentivize your staff. All the way from the crew people up to the management. We offer gift cards and fun giveaways, and also food prizes as well to incentivize them for this short time period that we are raising funds. We track our success on a daily basis and then meet on a weekly basis because we also are competing store by store for who is doing the best on the fundraising. This is overall a team effort, and the winner is our local Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House.
Thank you, Anna, for all your best bets from Bakersfield. I have the privilege of introducing Brad Horner. He's here in person, and he is going to share all of how they achieve such great success in their restaurants. Brad?
Thanks, Sharon. Hello, everybody. So I just want to share what I'm doing in my organization, but I think after listening to Randy and Anna, you know, they both said something that I'm going to touch on as well, and it revolves around the foundation of approaching this. Do our people understand where this money's going and what the charity is? And I think that's really a key component to success. In our organization over the years, you know, we've cooked many meals at the houses with our management teams. We bring our RDM managers, we bring people all the way down to the shift leader position sometimes. And not only is it a good team building experience, but it gives them exposure and awareness to what the charity actually is. And anybody who's walked through the doors of the house knows they leave with that understanding of how powerful and how important this charity is and the effect that it has on people. So I think it really starts with making sure your employees have a basic understanding, because that gets them emotionally committed and it really helps to motivate them when it comes time to start collecting hearts. I know that, you know, we like to cook meals, but like Randy said, he just brought his people on a tour. Pretty much any house would be open to that, so I would really encourage you guys to try to set something like that up just to get things started. And the other big thing that we've heard from both Anna and Randy is setting targets and communication. So we firmly believe this is the key to success. If we want to hit 1,000 donations per restaurant this year, the target was, Sharon, I think you said around 37 a day.
37 a day.
Fatima actually pointed a number out that I thought was interesting. So the ask for a family per night is $25 per night. We know that most families can't afford that or don't end up paying it. And what that means is this is even more important than ever. Every $25 we raise basically sponsors a night for a family in a home. And I think that would be a pretty good way to present to your order takers during your peaks. Hey guys, every $25 you can raise supports a family. Let them understand what they're doing. And if you approach it that way, I think we could easily get that $37 a day target per restaurant. But a little bit really goes a long way in this. We track, some of our restaurants will have their shift managers when they're handing the shift over. They'll actually go and print how many donations we've gotten in a day so that the person coming in can see where we're at, and their responsibility is to increase that number before they hand the shift over to the person after them. You can create daily tracking sheets so you can see exactly how many donations we're getting per day. And I think Sharon's going to go over the hourglass donation tracker, which is another tool that we can use. But it's really important that we're tracking and communicating so that we know that we're hitting our targets and everybody's engaged. We look at day parts. So even though the majority of our transactions come earlier in the day, dinner seems to be units per thousand wise more successful when we're asking our customers if they would like to make a donation. A lot of our general managers work mornings. A lot of our stronger management team is gone by the time dinner or late night rolls around. But that doesn't mean the opportunity is going away. In fact, it's just as much there as any other day part. So how are you communicating to those teams and making sure that we're asking it all times a day? Because there's definitely opportunity there. We have one restaurant that likes to have fun when they get donations. They've got little bells. The order takers can ring a bell so the whole restaurant knows, and everybody while they're working can stop and give a hey, and it just makes the whole atmosphere more positive. It creates fun around the event, and then also if you don't hear that bell ringing, you can follow up and say, hey guys, are we asking for donations? But we have one of our managers at our Laverne restaurant. She likes to pit the order takers against each other. So she'll see, hey Brad, you're only getting 3, but hey Karen, you're up to 15. What's going on there? And you realize I'm going to be more motivated all of a sudden because I don't want to lose, and we're all naturally competitive. When people are coming in, or if you're doing a shift huddle, that's the perfect opportunity to have a conversation around, hey, how would you like to give back to the community today? You have an opportunity to really do some good while you're here working, getting paid. And that's the perfect time to have the conversation about what the house is and why we're doing this. It's the perfect time to point out $25 can cover a family for a night. How much can you raise in the next hour or peak hour of lunch today? But it's just a good way to have that conversation, get people on the same page and make sure that they're soliciting. And then the other big component that I wanted to bring up is we need to remember to celebrate our successes, right? If we're asking this of our employees, if they're doing a good job with it, if they're hitting our targets, how are we saying thank you to them? Randy talked about prize patrol, bringing in food. We're believers in a lot of the same things. It's really important that not only when we get the donations, but we also turn around and thank our people, because they're really the ones that are doing a lot of work as well. That's all I had, and I will send it back to you guys.
Right. Thanks, Brad. What a great idea. Great ideas that you're sharing with us. How to incentivize our people. As you know, at McDonald's, we compete on every level at every turn. So this is another way that we just let our people know how we're doing at any time during the day. What we do is we text message back and forth amongst our GMs. In the morning, how did you do from the day before? Midday, how many of you sold so far? In the evenings, going into the evenings, how many of you sold so far? Everybody knows where we are at any given time within our organization, and they want to be number one. So thank you, Brad, for everything. Gift cards are a great idea. I suggest this time of year right now, gas gift cards would go really well.
Or just gas.
Or just gas in general, but free meals, bringing food in. Patty, what other suggestions do you have on?
Sometimes a preferred parking place at work, an extra 10-minute break, maybe allowing them to take a dozen cookies home and a Happy Meal box. Lots of inexpensive incentives as well, work really well.
Inexpensive, but it provides the recognition that all of our people really enjoy having. It's just a big thank you, can be recognition enough. Thank you for doing what you're doing for the charity and helping our community. We have, luckily, the charity, the representatives from the charity, Fatima and some of the folks from her team are gonna be out doing pop-up visits, which you're gonna hear a little bit more about that later. Surprising our stores, surprising our teams with a kind of a prize patrol throughout our campaign. So you'll hear a little bit more about that in a little bit. Patty, how about tracking?
I think tracking and communication are probably the most important elements of having a successful program. As we all know, tracking, setting goals every day, following up on the shift before, everything that Brad and Sharon and the videos talked about is so important. But it's communication and the daily tracking that's really going to get us to our goal. This tracking sheets are awesome.
We have, Ruth is going to put out on the website some materials that you can print out. And here's an example of one of them. You can see it. It's a thermometer printout. Brad referenced this. It's a very simple, keep track, fill it in with the red pen and then where you are in terms of your goal. So at any given time, your team members, your customers, you got a lot of regular customers, they're gonna wanna see where we are in that store at that time. So utilize that as a tool. Also on the website are short descriptors of what the campaign is and what the charity is, so you can help educate your team members so they know what to say. So that's gonna be on there. You're gonna have Heart News, which we weekly updates will be on the website so you can see where you compare to the other stores in the chapter and how well they're doing. And then just like we said, checking in daily with your restaurants and sharing your results. With that, we are gonna go to the key activation. What do you need to do from a technology point of view to get this going? So we have a video here for give you some best bets on that.
Hello, fellow McDonald's walkers. I'm here to give you some tips on activating your collection key for the Ronald Walk for Kids this year. When searching for the key, make sure that you're looking in menu item subset 06, which is for our MOASC. There will be 3 keys that can be used for the contributions this year, but the recommendation is to use 8315, which is our $1 local fundraiser. This will make it easy for your crew, as there will be only 1 key. They can use it as many times as they'd like for a guest contributions, and it'll make tabulation the next day even easier. When activating the key, make sure that you check the tax settings so that it is set to never, so that our guests are not being taxed when they make a contribution to the Walk for Kids. So let's make sure we get those keys activated right away so our teams can start asking our guests to contribute for the Walk for Kids this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom, for the best bets on the technology and how to get the keys set up. The next thing we're going to cover real quickly is the materials that you're going to be receiving in your restaurants starting tomorrow. You're going to get the POP that will include the drive-through pylon sign, tear pads, bag tip-ons, I'm sorry, and a drive-through mini billboard insert. I think this is all coming with your spicy chicken POP. So when that comes, this all should be there as well. If you have any questions, please contact Ruth Wu, and her contact information will be put up in a little bit later if you have not received your materials.
So thank you, Sharon. I think next we're going to take just a moment and we're going to be looking at social media, how that's going to be arranged, and I'm going to turn it over to Brenda.
By supporting Hearts of the House,
you're supporting kids like me.
Kids like me. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brenda Escoto, and I am the social media manager for Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times and RMHCSC. So I just want to thank you so much for being here and for all the hard work that you do for kids like those that I just showed you. Those are some of our current campers who benefit from all of the hard work that you're doing. So thank you so much for supporting Hearts for the House. So we're going to touch a little bit on social media. Social media allows us to expand our reach and connect to thousands of people in an instant. And it's something that gets people really excited. So this might be something that your employees are into. If you let them know that, hey, if you're doing this Hearts for the House, tag RMHCSC, let them know that you're putting in this work for them. Use the following hashtags here so that we can start to build this bigger awareness of what Hearts for the House is. On our end, we're going to be doing some pop-ups where we're going to be taking some campers, some kids into different Ronald McDonald restaurants, McDonald's restaurants. We're going to be taking them in, celebrating that they're asking for Hearts for the House, giving some different prizes, and really just building the excitement of this partnership and the support that we get from the restaurants like you all. So if you use any social media, if you encourage your teammates to do it, please have them use those hashtags and to tag RMHCSC, and we will do the same when we create ours. Look forward to seeing it all.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Brenda. Thank you for all of your hard work. So I wanted to also let you all know about the Walk for Kids itself. We're going to be in person this year. We're really excited. We have so many different locations on different days. So I believe we're going to put up a screen right now so that you can see the different locations and the days. And what a wonderful way to celebrate with your team the success of all you've done to contribute to Ronald McDonald House Charities by joining the walk. So we invite you all to come. It's a great team building opportunity. And the last thing that I'll say on behalf of the charity is, again, thank you all so much. During this time when things are difficult, we're hearing a lot of sad news right now across the world. And what better way to lift spirits than by giving back? There's all of this research on happiness studies. And one of the ways to really increase happiness is by giving back. That's actually the #1 way to increase your happiness. It's not going out and buying a fancy new purse or going on a trip, it's actually giving back. So what a wonderful opportunity for us to give to everyone in your McDonald's restaurants to say you're part of something that's making a difference for a sick child and family who's dealing with probably the most difficult situation in their whole life right now. And you're part of the change, you're part of the healing, you're part of the transformation that our families really crave and need. We are a light in the storm for our families, and you're part of that. So thank you all so much for contributing to our impact.
Thank you very much. Let's take a moment now to see if we have any questions in our chat box. No questions. Oh, we must have done
We're
great.
so clear.
Covered everything.
Great. So thank you so much for joining us. And you know, we close our kickoff as we started, being mindful that this isn't just another promotion. This is truly a promotion that impacts lives. So I ask that you go out there and give our crew and guests the opportunity to make a positive impact in our community and further our mission. This really is the time for crew and guests to participate in giving back. So thank you all for your time, and we definitely look forward to celebrating our success. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Last couple slides just for information for you. If you need to reach out for some help, some best bets, or you have not received your materials, on the screen you'll see some names of some operators, and then also Ruth, who can help you if you haven't received your materials. So any one of us would be very happy to help you in any way we can with best bets or anything. And then just to recap, the campaign runs April 4th through the end of April. But if your keys are set up, go ahead and start today if you can. And we thank you very much for your time. And let's get out there and sell the hearts for the house. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's 35 minutes.